Hey guys, so welcome back to Bonfire Debates. I'm Anthony Cusack. This is going to be our second short episode that we upload about The Last of Us Part 2. Who's actually the bad guy? Is it a good game? Is it worth playing? These are all things that we're going to be talking about in today's episode with Barent, Dalen, Sebastian, Wade, my wife Sian, the love of my life, and me, Anthony. So, comment down what you think about who's right, Abby, Joel, Ellie. Who do you think is the actual villain of the game?
Choose the random.
I'm just really trying to avoid the Last of Us topic. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about that. That's just
Jesus, dude, it's been like 3 months.
Yeah, but I think I just want to put it in my past and just kind of forget about it.
So
let's
talk about it. I think the best thing to do is talk it out, Sebastian. We gotta talk this out. So
the main problem with The Last of Us is not that it's a bad game as per se, but
how the fuck would you know? You didn't play it, you PC piece of shit.
It's Monster Race.
I apologize, Barn. We value your opinion not at all, and we appreciate you at no level whatsoever.
Your superiority awes us.
No, I'm joking. What were you saying, Barn?
Could you just do a sideways middle finger?
Yeah, he did.
It looked like a hot dog.
It was a shark. Check. Coming up. Yeah.
That looks like a hot dog.
But Barn, what were you saying?
Middle fingers. No, I just feel that as I watch the gameplay, some guys' gameplay, this with the storyline, they tried too much. It was like they were overachieving. It was.
What part of the game? What part of because neither Dalen or Sleepy Panda, neither Dalen or Sleepy Panda care about spoilers for the game. So what part of gameplay are you talking about?
No, it's the overall. I'm talking about the overall story arc. If you look from how it starts to how it ends, it was like they were trying to tell a story.
Wow.
But that didn't have a.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. I missed what Barn was saying. You said from how it starts to how it ends.
It's the story of two perspectives, right?
Yes.
So nobody is the good guy, nobody is the villain, actually.
Correct.
But
yeah.
Everybody's the villain, technically, in that story.
No, there's one clear villain.
There is?
Yes.
Yes. I disagree.
Hold on. We're both going to say who...
Wait, I can't remember her name.
The
other one's name.
Abby is the villain.
Yes, thank you.
From Ellie's perspective, she's the villain.
Not from everyone's perspective.
Joel murdered her father for no real legitimate reason. Straight up killed him.
He had a legitimate
reason. He did
it
kindly, depending on how you played the game. You could have beaten him with a golf club.
No, but you could have chosen not to do it in the first.
Yeah, so that's not the canonical ending. It's not the canonical ending, so you cannot say that happened. You cannot say, well, Joel let him live, because...
No, that's why I didn't use it. So
you just did.
No, I said that he killed him kindly in the beginning of the second one. Because he, does it fast.
Okay, so
he doesn't fucking hit him in the head with a golf club.
No, okay, yeah. So canonically, it was a quick kill, but he still murdered her father. So if you played the first game from Abby's perspective, Joel would be the villain, because he came out of nowhere with the supposed cure for the pandemic that was going on, and then murdered your father and took all chances of that cure away. How is he not the antagonist in that story?
she later learns that she would do the same thing.
No, she doesn't. Where
Yes,
does she
she
learn
does
that?
with the little boy girl.
With
Yeah,
Lev.
yeah,
What's
but
the
Lev is not the
Lev?
fucking cure to the zombie virus.
Yeah, but
Lev's
she
just
can still understand.
she can understand that people with a different religious view of the world, she might not agree with it, but it doesn't make them bad people. She understands that, but she doesn't understand that you wait, hold on. She can understand the fact that maybe because someone has a different religious view than you, they don't deserve to die. That's why she holds on to Lev and learns to take on someone else's aspects. But what she doesn't learn is that if Lev killed her fucking father or her boyfriend, who is not her boyfriend anymore, that she
Exactly,
wouldn't
that's
kill
another
Lev.
reason why
She
she's
would.
a bad person.
I'm not saying Abby's a good person. She's also a bad person, but I think that's the point that The Last of Us is trying to make. Is in that world, there is no one that is a
Yeah,
good
and I'm saying that nobody wanted that point. Nobody in the entire fucking Last of Us universe wanted to be told that point. We didn't need to care about it. We just wanted a sequel, a good sequel, of which Naughty Dog is capable of doing.
I think it was a good sequel. I feel like it was a good sequel.
No, I thought it was fucked up, man. In fact, I'm just taking this shit out of canon. It means nothing to me. Like,
So you feel like,
I would,
you feel about it
I
like
would
I do
wait,
about
okay?
Star Wars.
Turn? Hey, fucking hey. Okay.
Huh?
I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt. Okay, but no, for reals though, right? The entire time playing as Abby, I was irritated because I wanted to play as Ellie and murder the shit out of Abby. But that's I think that's what it could have been handled better. I think they ham-fisted it a bit. They came in with fucking a sledgehammer and beat us with this specific point of view that they wanted us to see, where usually Naughty Dog and The Last of Us specifically handle those type of scenarios with a scalpel. Like if you look at the point of view that the first game showed us, everything was fucked then. There were no good people there either. But it was handled in such a way that it moved you more. Where the second one, it was almost like a, hey, look, everyone's a terrible person shoved in your face. And they took it from a point of view where they're like, we're really going to show this to you by taking the two people that you care most about in this universe and make them villains from a specific point of view. But you don't get the choice. I feel like in the first game, you get to make the choices that makes Joel or Ellie good or bad, right? And 9 out of 10 times you make the bad decision. That was Naughty Dog's point, because we're all human, we all make those mistakes. But in the second game, you didn't have a choice. If you were playing as Ellie, you were killing Abby. The final boss fight is a brutal fist fight that you don't get to stop. The cutscene stops it. Or if you're you're playing,
also, like, even the way it ended, man. I have so many issues with this game. The more I've had time to simmer on it, the more issues I find with it.
How many times did you finish the first one? Out of interest.
Huh?
How many times did you
What's
finish
that?
the first one?
the
first one, like 8 times.
Yes. You are a fan.
it's a good game.
I finished it 8 times because I had to play it for every single difficulty, and then also when they released the DLC and the grounded difficulty again, I played it again.
Yeah. So
I love the first game. It was phenomenal. Still my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you don't think that The Last of Us 1 isn't the greatest video game made in our generation so far, you have a weird scale for video games, because that thing is insane. It shifted.
No, it was very good.
Hey, Dalen, what's your perspective on this?
Mass Effect 2.
It's better than The Last of Us.
Don't even get me started on that game.
Yeah.
Brother.
Really? Really? The first one they...
I mean, Mass Effect 2 was a pretty good game.
But Last of Us...
Mass Effect 1 was brilliant.
No, I think Mass Effect 2 was pretty good as well.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't one standard.
changed the way I game forever.
Yeah, exactly. I think Mass Effect 2 actually delivered on the promise of, hey, remember those decisions that you didn't pay attention to the first time you played the first game? Yeah, they matter in this game. Because before that, that wasn't done before.
But then, what fucked that whole franchise up is that they didn't end up mattering in the third game.
Yeah, they didn't. That's exactly. So we were watching Silicon Valley today, and they were talking about the one guy that they have to let go, and they're like, he's as useless as the choice endings in Mass Effect 3. And the one guy's like, damn, dude, Mass Effect 3, that's harsh.
Man, I don't know. Last of Us 2 had so much potential. Like, it's such a bittersweet game for me because there's so much of passion and love that was put into it. You know, like you can see the detail and the crafting of how that whole game was designed and made, and then just to see like that they just try to push some political agenda on people. And that's my biggest flaw.
I don't think it's political. I think, well, okay, I guess it is, but
I think it is.
I feel like it's a valuable message to hear, because, and especially if
but we hear it every day, right? This is our lives. Like we fucking live this. We live it.
But the issue is, like, if you look at it, right, especially in the US, where the game is made and where the game is developed, but I use the word developed, but more like in a like an embryo sense, instead of people sitting and coding and developing the game, where its ethos and its mythology comes from, and the message that they're pushing is coming from a country which for the last 4 years, nobody wants to feel like the guy on the other side is also a good person. Nobody in America wants to do that. If you speak to the left side, they all say the right side is fucking crazy and love their guns and want to murder everyone. And if you speak to the right side, they go, oh, the fucking liberalists just want to take the money and piss it out onto the poor and have us all live on the streets. That's how they feel about each other. To the point, actually, Sienna and I were watching a horror movie last week called The Hunt, right?
I thought you were going to say Fox News.
No, yeah, well, it's called The Hunt, right? And it stars Emma Roberts for like all of 2 minutes. But it is the biggest piece of conservative propaganda I've ever fucking seen in my life. So the plot of this movie is
conservative propaganda.
Yeah, dude. So the plot of this movie. Listen to the plot of this movie. So a bunch of liberal Democrats corral together a bunch of conservative people and hunt them down, kind of like Hunger Games style. But
what?
There's no prize at the end of this thing. They
It's
corral like so they corral these like 5 or 10 conservative people together, drug them, and then put them in the field and then hunt them the fuck down. But the way the movie prefaces it is like, these liberal people are choosing conservative people, good conservative people that give up their lives for each other and protect each other, because as the movie goes along, the people are like, this person was picked for the hunt because they owned 10 guns or some shit, and the liberal people just disagreed with it. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. Like, how can you feel like that is the opposite? You think the person that lives next door to you that feels that someone getting an abortion should have a choice about that and it shouldn't be law because she's a woman in a body, feels that all rights-leaning people should die because they own guns, because that's not how they feel either. And I feel that's where The Last of Us tried to push the story is, hey, yeah, Abby's a shit person who made a shit decision because something shit happened to her. But if you look at it from her point of view, Joel's a piece of shit too. And if you don't see that, then that's the discussion that we're supposed to have. Is if you think Joel could do what he did at the end of The Last of Us 1 and absolutely no one on the Firefly side was going to come hunt him down, you're mistaken. Because that's not the universe we just lived through.
I don't have a problem with the Fireflies hunting him down. Like, I did not anticipate some pushback
Yeah, okay.
in the second game. There's consequences that needed to have happened.
Yeah.
Even if he did die, of which he did fucking die, but I mean, if he did die through some Firefly fucking fight or whatever, I would have been fine with it. I anticipated it on some level.
Okay.
My problem is that they pushed this agenda unnecessarily so. They didn't need to tell the story, and I didn't feel like it was this story that was supposed to be told.
I don't know if it didn't need to be told. Because
who the fuck is Abby? Where did she come from? It's just like some half-assed thought thing, because that's an NPC, right? It's a fucking NPC. Yeah, legit, he didn't even have a cutscene in the game. But in the first game, there was no cutscene. There was fuck all. He was literally there, no face, no voice, bugger all. And now all of a sudden he's some major fucking casting character in the second game. Like, could you not pull anything else out of your ass?
So,
like, that was just so horrible, man.
Can't that be?
That was like trash writing.
Can't that be an allegory for the person in the shopping queue that you don't know from a bar of soap and cut in line in front of you because their kid's sick in the hospital, but you don't know that, so they thought they could cut in line in front of you. Doesn't make their actions right. You yell at them, swear at them and shit like that. I think it's just that it's them trying to say that just because someone in the previous game was an NPC, it doesn't mean that they're not important.
No, they aren't important. That's the whole fucking point between an NPC.
But that's what they're trying to say to you, is that you have NPCs in your life that you feel aren't important. But it's a game trying to teach you a lesson.
What lesson? I don't want to people
that you think
real life is teaching me lessons every fucking day. I mean, I could have been having the worst day ever, and my only saving grace was like, The Last of Us Part 2 is coming out. I can't wait. I'm not going to go out into the world because I get bullied every day. I'm on the bench of committing suicide. I just want to get back into this world,
Baker
and feel and be lost for a bit. And then
the message
play the game and then.
So, but then that message you're supposed to take away from the game is not that, hey, look, fucking life is terrible. It's like, look, it's shit. You have bullies and they bully you and they make your life terrible. But maybe from their perspective, their lives are worse.
That's why they're doing that.
No, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. No bullying. Period. Just don't bully people.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the point that they're trying to get to. Just don't do that. Don't bully them back. Don't be the person that goes into the school and shoots 50 fucking kids because you have a tough time. Those kids are having a tough time too.
I'd do it. I'd do it. If that guy came in and shot randomly at some people, I'd fucking go and shoot him back. Yeah, absolutely. Because as a person, in fact, as people growing up in society, social contracts already exist, right? We know this. We grow up in the world. There's already constructs available, and we just kind of evolve, right? We kind of adapt to it.
Yeah.
When maybe in the 1600s, constructs were different. Today, constructs are different. They evolve over time. My point is, when you grow up, you understand that if you do something, there's a consequence to it. There's laws, there's regulations. You understand what the fuck you're doing. You have a choice.
Yeah.
Now, if you go out and decide you're going to shoot somebody, you need to also be willing to accept the responsibilities for that.
Okay, great. But you, as a bottom line citizen, it's not your responsibility to hold up those consequences. Because as you said, we have constructs.
If you come and attack my family, it's personal.
But this is where things like law and order come into play. So that's the thing that they're trying to say. But fuck it. Let's just become an anarchy and kill everyone.
No, I'm not saying
burn it down.
Batman.
Some people want
Batman should kill.
Because you know what, Seth? The same logic that you have now is exactly what the EFF
Full
used
circle.
is exactly what the EFF used that logic to justify burning down a clicks because they didn't like an advert. Because they feel like
no, but it's not the same thing.
But it's the same logic that they use to justify it.
But it can't be the same logic.
But it is. I'm telling you it is.
But it's not.
But it is.
Well,
They
or you
feel
mean the fuck
they
the law and
feel
order
attacked.
part?
They feel attacked on a personal level. They feel like society's coming after them and putting them down, and they've been down since day one because some Afrikaans doctor thought that black people all should live in a hut in fucking Transkei, and they've been struggling ever since, which is true. Right? We can't deny these things, and it's their turn to be in power now, and they feel like they're standing up to their bullies when they do that. They're doing it in the wrong way, though. And that's the problem. And I think that's what Naughty Dog was trying to push on us with The Last of Us 2 is, yeah, Joel did a fucked up thing. Abby was also wrong for killing him, and Ellie is wrong for going after Abby. Because if you go after your bullies, if you fight your bullies with fire, all you have is a burnt, scorched earth. Hey, so it's me again. Yeah, that's a little teaser of what our podcasts are going to be like. Comment down, let us know if you have any suggestions for us, how to be better. You can follow our Patreon. Like I said, it's still kind of a work in progress, but let us know if there's any tiers that you would like to see in the Patreon that you'd be amped to subscribe to. Also, please subscribe to the channel, press like, ring the bell. More importantly, just share it with everyone. Let's get it out there. I really want this channel to be something that our country here in South Africa can be proud of. Like, not only overseas people can be YouTubers, we can as well. Let's get that message out there. Thank you. Have a good day.